Got the game from the old school. Focus on break no rules. Operate on my own truth. I've been making my own moves. I keep hearing this game saying you could be the one if you so choose. Got the game from the old school. Focus on break no rules. Operate on my own truth. I've been making my own moves. I keep hearing this game saying you could be the one if you.
Alright guys, Swirler coming to you with another video. Shout outs to the whole LGBT. If you like the content on this page, you may feel free to subscribe to this page, and you may like the video as well. So I was reading this article. I don't know if this is a real article, but I'm pretty sure it is real because the tweets were real. But there was this one black woman who was talking about how the Trump administration was tearing up her interracial marriage. You know, she went on to say that, you know, her white Republican husband would utter like derogatory remarks. Her white Republican husband would treat her a certain way, and this, that, and the other. Another thing too is that she said that she would lock her hair. You know, she said she had fake locks. She wore African garb, and she would talk about fighting the good fight. And her husband, on the other hand, would respond negative to her in regards to that. You know, this isn't the first time, man. This isn't the first time that a story has like this has occurred. I remember there was this one video that it was like a very viral video where, you know, there was this black woman. She had a white husband, or maybe a white boyfriend, and they just basically the white boyfriend went off on her because she was talking about like Trump's tactics and like what Trump was doing, you know, and because of that, you know, he basically said to her, and mind you, I think she's a black American. He said to her that if you don't like it, then leave the country, basically. But my thing is, you know, if she hasn't done the proper research about like different African countries or different Caribbean countries or different Latin countries, whichever country has a, you know, significant black population that someone can relocate to. If she hasn't done like the research about this, then, you know, how is she gonna like really know where to locate? But the reality is that, you know, this is my opinion. Like, this is my general, my sincere, honest opinion. Because I live in, like, I guess you can say West LA. I live in a place that's like maybe, I want to say like 15 minutes away from Santa Monica. If you're driving, it's like 15 minutes away from Marina Del Rey. It's 15 minutes away from Century City. I live in that area, okay? And in this area, I'm not gonna lie to you, you do see a lot of swirling going on. I mean, the most significant swirling that you see is that you see black women with these white guys. You know, that's mostly happening. And the thing is about it is that, you know, in this area, you know, you have a lot of tech things going on, a lot of tech jobs, and you have a lot of that in this place that I'm in. So therefore, you know, let's be honest, technology makes the world go round. And technology is going to be one of those industries that never slows down, you know, no matter what. So, with that being said, there's an influx of jobs here in technology, which means that, you know, guess who gets those jobs first? You know, the minority. I mean, the majority. Because I'm not going to lie to you, man. Like, the area I live in, you know, thankfully it's kind of diverse. Like, it has, like black people, you know, and it has, like, Hispanics, too. But it also, you know, due to where I am and, like, how close it is to those other cities, it has, like, a significant Caucasian population as well. Now, with this being said, as I said before, you see a lot of swirling, and you see, you know, you see these black women, you know, with these white guys, you know, due to the simple fact that, you know, they're breadwinning. And I've even overheard conversations, man, that, you know, these women have said, you know, oh, their credit is good, you know, oh, they're not trifling, oh, you know, they are educated, oh, you know, they have money, they're going to take care of me, this, that, and the other. You know, I've heard this with my own ears, man. And I said, okay, you know, have it your way. You know, I just used the Burger King slogan. And, you know, what they don't realize, though, most of the time, or maybe they do realize it, but they don't care, is that, you know, that comes at a price. You know, like, it really does come at a price. You saw it with the Clippers owner, Ronald Sterling, when he had the black chick. And, you know, he was saying he basically went on a racist tirade against the Clippers and against, you know, basketball players in general. Like, so here's the thing, man. What happens is when you have these affluent, like, white people, they may look at, like, a black woman and look at her as an exotic creature, you know, and, you know, with that being said, she looks at him as a meal ticket. So that's what it's really based on, man. It's not really based on anything solid, man. I'm just being real with you. You know, if it was based on something solid, then it would be different. You know, the dynamics would be way different. So what happens, man, is you get these black chicks, they find these white dudes, and you get these white dudes, they find these black chicks, and they're like, okay, it's exotic, I'm gonna take it, and boom. And this is like really how it happens, man. And so the bad thing about this dynamic, though, is the simple fact that the love and the compassion and just the substance is missing in it, man. What happens is, that black girl becomes a lustful desire for the white dude, and the the white dude for the black girl becomes just like a ATM machine, pretty much. That's usually how it works, and I've seen it with my own eyes. And so, with this being said, man, um, it's no surprise. I don't know why she's surprised. I don't know why she's crying. You know, just because these white dudes decide to date like black women does not mean they really care highly for black people in general. I mean, I've seen it with my own eyes that, a, a, a white dude may be dating a black girl, but he'll give the cold shoulder, to black dudes. He'll give the cold shoulder. He'll have some derogatory terms to say about those black dudes. And so, like, if he's saying this about those black dudes, if he has the nerve and the audacity to say these things, what do you think he's going to think of that girl's, like, let's say if that girl has brothers, let's say if he meets the father, what is he, what is his feelings towards them at that point, you know? So, with that being said, I mean, it's not really a good look, man. And so, I don't know why this woman, on Twitter is, like, really surprised at this. I mean, the title says it all. Right-wing Republican. That's more than enough writing on the wall, man, for you to see how that person feels or thinks. Now, it's also the other way around, unfortunately, with these black dudes, man. I mean, I see it a lot here, here as well. I mean, you have these black dudes who, they may have something going on for themselves and stuff like that. They may have good things going on for themselves. And then what happens is, they get these white chicks, and these white chicks are just looking at them based on aesthetics, because they're aesthetically pleasing. That's how they gauge them. It has nothing to do with the fact that he has something going on, and outside of his aesthetics, that, he's actually, like, a professional, So, with that being said, I say this to say that, and drive home the point that I've always been trying to drive home, that swirling does not stop racism, okay? It's not going to, like, cease to exist. You can swirl all you want, but it's not going to stop racism. It's not going to stop someone from thinking a certain way, that does not align up to the way you think. That's not, the racism is not going to stop based off of what you think, Me personally, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the farthest I will go when it comes to swirling is Latin. And when it comes to Latin, best believe she's gonna have that African gene in there, Best believe she's gonna be, like, indigenous mixed with African, European mixed with African, or just straight up African, she's not going to be, quote unquote, from the motherland, meaning Spain, meaning Portugal, meaning Italy. You know, because they treat their own people like crap who are maybe darker, you know, so that's not going to be the case. And then maybe Arab, but even in the Arab department, best believe she's going to be from like Sudan, or she going to be, you know, of a darker hue from the Arab world, you know, because believe it or not, you know, in the Arab world, there is significant black populations in those places. You know, that's the farthest I will swirl. You know, that's where I draw the line, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, this is my philosophy, and this philosophy may be wrong, but you need a partner who understands your struggle. You need a partner who understands what it's like to be a minority and the stereotypes that minorities get, and you know, the uphill struggles that minorities face. You need someone like that, you know. You need someone like that in your corner. You need someone who will be down for what you're trying to do, you know. Because I'll give you an example, you know. A European is not going to share your philosophy for self-sufficiency. For example, like me, you know, when it comes to Africa, man, what the origin of my origin, you know, my birthplace, every single day I'm thinking in my head, how do we become self-sufficient? How do we produce more? How do we manufacture our own goods? How do we increase trade from, like, among each other? How do we cut off having our hands out for aid from, you know, our former colonizers? I'm thinking about that stuff every single day, you know. These ideas wouldn't sit well with a European woman, because what's happening then is you're basically trying to cut off her people from what her people benefit from, you know. So this is not going to sit well with them. They're not going to share that vision that you have for your place. Same with here, man. Like, maybe you're a black born here, and you're thinking to yourself, man, wow, wouldn't it be nice to have like some black businesses set up? Wouldn't it be nice to have a black businesses, a black center school and stuff like that? That white woman is not going to share your vision, you know. They're not going to share that. Same with that white dude. They're not going to share that vision. So, you know, I say this to say, you know, do what you must, man. If you think swirling is cool, I mean, you're going to swirl. I can't stop you. But just understand that when you swirl, there's going to be some things that you don't like about it that are going to, you know, I'm just being real, that are going to come out of the dark, you know. When they come out of the dark, you can't be surprised. You know, it was always there in the first place. You know, those sentiments were always there. So I don't know why this woman is crying, taking her drama to Twitter, when the writing was already on the wall before. You know? But anyhow, man, that's all I got, man. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments. Let me know what you think, you know. And, you know, it is what it is, man. I mean, I can't say I feel bad for her. I can just say that, you know, I can't say I told you so either, but I can just say, well, you know, I mean, comes with the territory, man. You know what you were getting into when you decided to be with dude, you know? But anyhow, man, that's all I got. Full of signing out. Leave your thoughts. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think about this. And maybe we can have a panel discussion about these issues, because I like talking sport, don't get me wrong. But these issues are cool too to tap into. But Fuller signing out.